general store. There's a couple of gas stations that I've been all over the country. I've seen a whole bunch of gas stations, but Casey's is a different animal. Casey's reminds me of kind of like this one gas station called Maverick out west. Maverick has all sorts of stuff in it. It's one of my favorite places as far as a gas station to go to. Like, if you tell me, you can go to BP right down the road, or I can go to Maverick, which is like 5 miles away, I'll drive to the Maverick every time because there's so much crap there. And it's so nice. It's just like they build it the same way every single time. I've seen maybe 3 or 4 Mavericks total that were different than the other ones, but Casey's is kind of like that. The whole deal with stores like that is maximum customer enjoyment. And you know what? They pull it off. Casey's, Maverick, they both pull it off. I gotta love it. Warpugs, Fat Electrician's about to tell us why Casey's is the best pizza place you never heard of. And to be honest with you, if I didn't know about Maverick, if I didn't know about Casey's to begin with, I'd tell you, you're psychotic for ever wanting to eat gas station food. Gas station food actually worries me in so many ways. It's so horrifying in so many different ways. The levels of depravity that gas station foods will go to. Never eat sushi from a gas station, but Casey's? A little bit different. Built different. Fat Electrician's links are going to be in the description down below. Please check him out. Guys, he has so many sponsors. I don't know which one he'll have here, but I'll tell you this. No matter what sponsor he does have, it's worth looking into. He treats sponsors kind of like I do. Where I don't think that he has had a single one that I was like sitting there looking at like, let's get into it. Here we go.
With you, I've been all over the United States since I started this whole YouTube thing, and the Midwest does not have a lot to brag about, but our gas station game is on point, and the rest of you guys are lacking. Today we're talking about Casey's General Store. It is the most American pizza place in the world, and it's masquerading as a gas station. If you don't live in the Midwest, you've probably never even heard of Casey's because they only operate in 17 states. But despite only operating in 17 states, to show how dominant they are in their region, they are the 3rd biggest convenience store chain in the country behind 7-Eleven and Circle K. And while they're technically not considered a pizza place, they have better pizza than any other chain pizza place in the United States. Yes, it's not just good gas station pizza. No, it's just good pizza. Look at me. I'm a 260-pound white guy that worked construction for a decade. I know good pizza. I am a pizza slut. I promise you, the pizza's delicious.
He's an electrician. I got a feeling I know that the union he worked for, you can trust a fat electrician. And no, I'm not talking about just him. If you find a fat electrician, you can trust them because those guys do some work. So if somebody in his trade tells you that, bet your ass.
And you don't just have to take my word for it. I can prove it mathematically. If
Let's
you were to
go.
compare the top pizza chains in the United States and see which one made the most money by selling just pizzas, Casey's would be tied for 5th with Papa Murphy's. Last year, they sold 28 million pizzas and 70 million individual slices. And again, they only operate in 17 states with 2,600 locations. That's like 11,000 pizzas per year per gas station, not including the individual slices. And Casey
Damn, dude.
was able to achieve this market dominance with a brilliant business strategy that we're going to get into right after a word from our sponsor.
Let's go.
This video is brought to you by World of Warships, a massive free online game that's
Oh my god, you're kidding me. DD214?
available
What?
pretty much everywhere, whether it's Windows, Mac, PlayStation, Xbox, where you get to play as a warship inside of a massive World War II style naval engagement. And the best part is
I played this way too much. I streamed playing this. This wasn't my first thing I ever did online. I actually streamed World of Warships, and I was actually fairly okay at it.
these aren't just a bunch of random warships that they came up with. No, these are actual ships that either did or still do exist today, whether it's the USS Iowa, the USS Texas, a Fletcher-class destroyer. Pretty much anything and everything that has existed is in this game. Or if you're into losing, you can play as the world's biggest shitty submarines, the Yamato or the Bismarck. Or you can get crazy and have me be
Is the North Korean destroyer in there?
the commander of your ship.
Yes!
Starts. Enemy battleship detected. Torpedoes, direct front. Not only that, but most of their in-game events are actually centered around true historical events. This month's event is the 85th anniversary of Operation Dynamo, aka the Miracle at Dunkirk. So if you want to give World of Warships a try and partake in the Dunkirk 85th anniversary event, you can use code DYNAMO1940, and that's going to get you a bunch of freebies. I'm going to have that code and a link down below. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so seriously about World of Warships, it's one of my, like, top 10 games of all time for me. Top 10 games of all time for me. I recommend Battleships 100%. Like, Battleships are just fun. I don't care, like, what you say. But Japanese destroyers are hilarious. Because there's nothing that pisses off somebody more than having a tier 10 battleship and you roll around the corner of an island and just unload 16 torpedoes in their face. Okay, let me set the scene for you. You're unfortunate enough to be driving through the vast cornfield ocean that is the Midwest of the United States, and the only thing that breaks up this ocean of corn is the occasional soybean field, maybe a hog confinement, or one of the thousands of tiny little towns that have a population of like 2,000 that are so small if you blink, you're gonna miss them. Pretty much. One of my favorite towns I've ever been across is called Gothenburg. It's a town in Nebraska. And when I was driving to Nebraska, when I entered Nebraska, there's cornfields. And you keep on driving, and the scenery does not change for 8.5 hours. Pretty much all of these towns are the exact same thing. There's only 4 businesses in these towns, okay? There's a post office, a dive bar, a Dollar General, and a gas station. And 9 times out of 10, that gas station is a Casey's. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that is one of, if not the best gas stations on the planet. The only company that comes close is Quick Star, which is their main competitor inside of the Midwest. Okay, all the other regions in the United States, you guys don't hold a candle to the Midwest when it comes to the gas station game. Buh! Oh yeah, well Texas has Buc-ee's, and Buc-ee's is the biggest, best gas station ever because Texas, buh. Okay, look at me, look at me. Buc-ee's is cool. I like Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has a cool business model. I'll do a video on them one day. But Buc-ee's is not a gas station. Buc-ee's is what happens when a Six Flags fucks a Walmart and then they have a massive parking lot that they threw some gas pumps in. That is a tourist attraction, not a convenience store. There's nothing convenient about Buc-ee's, okay? You gotta park in a 1,000 spot parking lot, walk a quarter mile just to get into the store that's the size of a fucking department store just to find the food you want. I'm not looking to do that as a construction worker trying to get to work, okay? I want to walk 12 steps in, grab food, grab an energy drink and a coffee, walk the fuck out and go to work. I'm surprised Buc-ee's doesn't take your picture and then try to sell it to you on the way out like it was a roller coaster, because they do everything else an amusement park does. They basically have a fucking gift shop inside that gas station. Hey, stop it! I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. Our story begins in 1959 when Donald Lamberti, the founder of Casey's, took over his father's full-service gas station in Des Moines, Iowa. Okay. Now remember, this is the 1950s, so when I say full-service gas station, I mean they sold gas, and then they had like the little auto shop off to the side where you could go in, get your tire fixed, get your oil changed, and some dude would come out and pump your gas. It wasn't really a convenience store. They weren't selling food. They didn't have a bunch of snacks and drinks and all the bullshit. That's how things were back in the day. And eventually, somewhere over the course of the next 9 years, he decides, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of the auto shop. I'm gonna turn the auto shop into a convenience store. I'm gonna start making more money off of selling candy bars and drinks and food and shit, and it's outrageously successful. And then one day his buddy, Casey Fisher, the guy that comes by to fill up the gas tanks for his gas pump, says, hey, over in this town, Boone, Iowa, not that far away, there's another full-service gas station that's struggling. You should take them over, turn them into a convenience store too. There you go. Exactly what you did right here in Des Moines. It would probably go just as well. Now, Des Moines is the capital. It's the big city. In theory, it should be easier to have a successful business there just because of greater population density. Boone, Iowa is a tiny town that's got about 12,000 people, so he's concerned that a convenience store isn't going to be able to make it there, but there's only one way to find out. So he goes there, he takes over this gas station. It's like the only gas station in town, turns it into a convenience store, and holy shit, it's outrageously successful. In a wild turn of events that literally nobody could have seen coming, people that live in small towns also like convenience and food. Holy shit, who would have thunk it? So while yes, this small town does have less people, which means less potential business, he also has literally no competition, so he just mops up. So he ends up naming— if you're sitting there and you're surrounded by 5,000 people and you're the only game in town within 20 miles, you're the only game within 20 miles. Have fun. naming that gas station Casey's after the guy that gave him the idea, and that becomes his new strategy for the business. He's not going to try to go into the big metropolitan area and slug it out with all the big hitters and make a name for himself. No, he's just going to go around to all these little tiny podunk towns, and he actually focuses on towns that have a population of 5,000 or less. And as time goes by, he's just opening up new gas stations left and right in all these little podunk towns. And then in 1984, one of these tiny little towns only had two businesses. They had a Casey's and they had a local pizza place, and that local pizza place went out of business. So the manager of that Casey's was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start making pizza inside the donut machine, which makes a ton of sense.
Did you have something you wanted to add? Where are you? Oh, that's my cat. Go on.
It's because that entire community is used to only having one option for a restaurant to order warm food. Most of these families probably have pizza night. Like every Tuesday, our family buys pizza from this local pizzeria, and that's just our family thing, and that got taken away. So Casey's is going to go in and fill that void, right?
Like, I don't think I can express enough how, like, smaller towns, if you have a business model and you go into smaller areas like this was a genius move. Because I can tell you guys right now, the town that I live near, the local Walgreens is shutting down. The next closest Walgreens is 20 minutes away. That's gonna suck. That is going to suck. It's just one of those things. It's like stories like this. It's just one of those things where you're just sitting there. It's like when he does it, you're looking at it. It's like, holy crap! Why did nobody think of this before?
This is what pseudoscientists, sociologists would refer to as a food desert, and he is now going to be the only person selling food inside of this food desert. And people absolutely love it, so he ends up equipping every Casey's with a fully functional pizza kitchen.
Nice.
Now, as the decades go by, Casey's has basically covered the entire Midwest. They're absolutely everywhere except for inside these major cities, but they have these major cities completely surrounded. Now, in business, this would be called the backdoor or the beachhead strategy. It's not always a good business idea for a lot of retail locations, like Toys R Us, for example. You wouldn't build a Toys R Us out in a town that's got 2,000 people. It just doesn't make any sense. But it works with gas stations, and it's exceptionally brilliant. And that's because if things are going good, what do cities do over time? They expand, they get bigger. Especially cities in the Midwest, because they're smack dab in the center of the country, right? Cities that are on coastlines can only expand one direction. They can't expand into the ocean. Cities in Florida are stuck on a
Not for lack of trying on our part.
fucking peninsula. Where are they going to go? Manhattan's on an island, whereas the cities in the middle of the country can expand out in every direction. And they've been doing that a ton for the last 3 decades because all of the big businesses are moving headquarters and factories and warehouses into these central locations because it makes logistics easier because you're smack dab in the middle of the country. Now, it's only a 2-day drive to either coast instead of being stationed in LA and having to ship shit all the way to New York. You want to be centralized.
And as far as it goes, I mean, as long as you're dodging the tornadoes, you're good.
So these Midwestern cities like Des Moines, for example, are expanding rapidly, and all the gas station businesses that are inside the city that have been operating there forever are having trouble expanding because they're completely fucking surrounded by Casey's. And Casey's is not only making a fuck ton of money by A, being there first and already having a stronghold with a loyal customer base, but as that city expands and absorbs these smaller towns, the property values go through the roof, so the value of their location, just real estate wise, is skyrocketing. Not only that, but you know who has to show up to let the city expand? Construction workers. So now they have entire construction crews leaving the city, going out to these tiny little towns 15, 30 minutes outside of town, and they're building, you know, a new housing development or a bunch of new buildings. Guess where they're going for breakfast and lunch every single day?
Casey's.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
The only place they can go, the gas station that sells pizza. And it's even funnier if you're another gas station trying to compete with them, because as you send out your construction crew to build your Quick Star or your Holiday or your Circle K or whatever the fuck, guess where your construction workers, as they're building your gas station, are going to get pizza at lunch? Fucking Casey's.
See, this was like Maverick for me when I was working construction out west. Like, I would wake up, drive to the Maverick, and pick up the sausage croissant that they made back there. They made everything back there, and it was just like, I'm just gonna go there, pick up a monster, pick up a croissant, and go. I'm just going.
Thirsty?
They've been playing the long game for decades and it's starting to pay off. And because of all of this, the pizza at Casey's has developed this cult following. Like, it is a Midwestern icon to get Casey's pizza at this gas station. Like I already said, they're literally tied for 5th for Papa Murphy's for the biggest pizza chain in the United States. They sold $700 million in pizza last year.
Oh my
which
God.
doesn't even make sense when you consider they're only operating in 17 states with 2,600 locations. How is that even possible? Well, it's because they figured out how to sell pizza fast and all day long.
Let's
Casey's
go.
sells all your normal pizza, your pepperoni, your supreme, your meat lovers, but on top of that, they sell different pizzas. They sell taco pizza, they sell barbecue brisket pizza, and most importantly, they sell breakfast pizza. It is a pizza with cheese sauce, scrambled eggs, and then either bacon or sausage, and it's fucking delicious.
Bro, that's the best part of waking up. Holy crap.
This some serious gourmet shit.
So not only are they the only pizza chain in America that's figured out how to sell pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they also copied Little Caesars by having it hot and ready because they sell pizza by the slice. You can literally go to Casey's on your way to work, grab breakfast pizza and a coffee, then go back there for lunch, grab pizza and an energy drink, and then hit them up on your way back home too. Trust me, I've done it. And that's what makes it the most American pizza place on the planet. Not only can you eat pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like the Lord intended, it's the only pizza place you can go to on your way home from work and get all the necessary ingredients to go home and get fucked up. Okay,
There you
Domino's,
go.
Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, I can't go there, get a pizza for the family and then a 40 and some rolling papers or a case of Busch Light and some Grizzly long cut wintergreen.
This is all very accurate, by the way.
Convenient as fuck, and the pizza's better. On top of that, you could probably meet your future spouse there. Okay, I see it all the time on the internet. Women being like, oh, where do I find a good, hardworking, blue-collar guy? Blah, 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 blah. Listen
Casey's.
to me. Get off fucking Tinder, quit going out to nightclubs, get your ass up at 6 o'clock in the morning, drive to the nearest gas station that sells good breakfast food, let some air out of your tire, wait for the dudes in the high-vis shirts and dirty work boots.
Women watching this is all accurate. This is all accurate.
To go walking in on their way to their construction site. Pick the one that you think is attractive and walk up to him and be like, oh, excuse me, could you help me air up my tire? Blah, 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 blah. He's gonna do it. And if he doesn't have a wedding ring and seems nice, ask him for his fucking phone number. The end. The absolute worst case scenario is that dude tells
And so, the dating crisis has been averted. Thank you so much.
you he has a girlfriend and you made his day because he's been hit on twice in his entire life and he's gonna remember this for the rest of forever. And then you show up to the same gas station the next morning and do it again to another guy till you find the one that's available. Go.
And I'll tell you guys, women this. I'll tell you women this. Blue collar workers, tradesmen, electricians, iron workers, boiler makers, carpenters, those guys, those union guys, we make money. I'm just saying.
Go ahead and send the wedding invitation to my P.O. box. You're welcome. Okay,
Damn straight.
But Chubby Electron Guy, it's just gas station pizza. No, it's not just gas station pizza. It's literally better than any other major pizza chain in the country. It's got such a cult following that when David Portnoy, you know, the Barstool sports guy that goes around the country doing pizza reviews, came to Iowa for college football and asked for the best pizza place in town, he overwhelmingly got told Casey's gas station and went there and did a pizza review.
One bite everybody knows the rules. Gas station pizza, Casey's General Store, Iowa. Two bacony.
Two bacony?
Two bacony.
Huh?
That's a... What? Okay. No. Fuck off. Fuck off.
It's all right. I mean, it's all right. I don't know. 5.2.
Oh!
Okay, now to be fair, that doesn't do a whole lot of good for my argument that the pizza's fantastic, but I think we can all agree that's a dog shit review. How in the fuck are you gonna order a bacon pizza, take a bite and go, it's too bacony? What is happening right now? Okay, that's the only person in the history of forever that's ever been mad there was too many toppings on top of a pizza. It doesn't even make sense. It's like getting home with your wife from date night and being like, honey, it's too wet. Imagine going to a Ferrari dealership, buying a Ferrari Ferrari and then calling them up the next day and be like, guys, this car's too fast. Yeah, that's the fucking point. The bacon pizza is supposed to taste like motherfucking bacon.
The snozberries taste like snozberries. Ew. These carrots taste musky. Oh, damn Oompa Loompas!
Thankfully, he's not the only pizza reviewer that's done this. For some reason, Casey's has such a cult following that tons of people have reviews of them sitting in their cars outside of a Casey's because they stopped to review Casey's pizza as they were passing through, and almost all of them absolutely love it. So yeah, that is Casey's, the third largest gas station chain in the country and the fifth most successful pizza chain in the country, despite the fact they're technically not even a pizza chain. They accomplish this in two ways. One, they have a gimmick. They're a gas station that sells outrageously good pizza, and two, they played the long game with the beachhead strategy. Rather than competing head-on with their competition, instead, they elected to go around the outside, develop fortified positions all around them, and then as that enemy finally did try to expand, Casey's made a killing not only selling food to their construction crews to build their gas stations, but in their real estate pricing, and when the time came, they already had a loyal customer base that was in that area. So if you're ever
Casey's, Richmond, Indiana.
From the Midwest and you see a Casey's, stop in, grab a slice of pizza. It's not a gas station that sells pizza, it's a pizza place that sells gas. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out.
Oh my God.
You see, the real fat guy move is to actually go and order taco pizza with no lettuce, no tomatoes, and no sour cream, because then it's basically just a beef, onion, and bean pizza with Doritos on top, and it's fucking delicious.
Dude, awesome. Awesome. Dude, how can you complain that your bacon pizza has too much bacon? How do you even get those words out of your mouth without realizing you sound like an idiot? Oh, guys, the caffeine drink. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Guys, Casey's, Maverick. Now, Maverick doesn't do the same thing as Casey's. Does not do the same thing as Casey's. It's in the major cities. But I've been in Casey's before. I every single time I was wound up in Richmond, Indiana, I stopped at the Casey's right on the outside of town. And he's exactly right about that. Because you can tell that Casey's has been there for a while and there were new buildings all around it. And where did they go eat? Casey's. The pizza smelled amazing. I never got pizza at Casey's. I don't know why I never did that. Probably because I didn't know the reputation. Probably because of that. But oh my God. It's stuff like this when you see stuff like this. This guy would target towns with 5,000 people or less. He went out there, set up shop in a convenience store. Like, it's one of those things where you're going, why did nobody think about this before this one dude did it? And when you see that, it's just so sad. It is absolute satisfaction. There's nothing like a business model that works, Warpugs. There's nothing like a business model that works. Let me know what you think. If you're around Casey's, let me know. Like I need to look and see if there's a Casey's somewhere around here, because now I need to go try the pizza. I need to go try the pizza. Warpugs, all links in the description below. Please check them out. Go play yourself some World of Warships. And check out my links down there as well. Get yourself a shirt. Join as a member of Patreon for early access. I'll catch you Warpugs next time.